Hello student, this is the next lecture of MIS. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about software development lifecycle. In this lecture, we will be discussing the approach of SDLC. So we will have a quick review about the previous lecture that we have studied. So first of all, we should understand what are the types of SDLC. There are two types, predictive and adaptive. Predictive means whatever the requirements of the users that are well understood and well clearly defined, and there is a very low technical risk in that particular product. So this type of SDLC will be considered as predictive because in this type you can plan in well advance. Whereas if we talk about adaptive, you can't plan in well advance because the requirements and the needs of the users are very uncertain, and the technology that has been involved is of high risk. So in predictive, you can predict well in advance that what are the requirements and how you will proceed towards the end product development. Whereas if you talk about the adaptive one, the requirements or the needs are very uncertain. It can change anytime. So, and the technology involved is of very high risk. So it will create problems at many stages. So you can't plan in well advance. So we will have a quick review about the SDLC phases that we have studied. So SDLC is about that how you are going to take requirements from the users and how ultimately you are going to deliver the product. So the first one is about your feasibility study, means you are measure how beneficial the product is, and the development of this particular information system will be. So you will check for the technical feasibility, economic feasibility, operational feasibility, and schedule feasibility. This we have already talked about in previous lectures. The model that we studied in that PPT, that is called waterfall model, that I'm going to tell in brief in the next few slides. So first, after we have done the feasibility study, then we will move toward the requirement and specification phase. So once the requirement have been understood, the SRS will be developed. That is, software requirement specification is created, in which all the requirements of the users has to be documented properly so that it could be reviewed by the organization and the customer for the future reference, so that both of them can't deny about the requirements. Then is about designing to bring down whatever knowledge of the system analyst is there that has to be incorporated in how that particular project will move ahead. Now requirement have been understood. Now the next step is how to incorporate all those knowledge to develop the product. Then is coding and development. It is a phase where actual development begins and programming is done. Coding will be done for developing a. Then is about implementations, programming of the final operational version. You will not directly hand over the project to the users. You have to first test it, the final version, before delivering the product, so that there will be no bugs or errors. Then validation and testing. Here testing against the requirements and assuring that each phase of the development process is of acceptance quality and accurately transformed. Whatever the previous phase has given has to be transferred to the next phase, and this process goes on. And once you are done with the validation and testing, you are pretty sure that the product you have developed is good enough to be delivered to the users. So then you will hand over to the customers. When your clients start using the system developed by you, he might face some real-time issues, or you have to correct those errors time to time. You should be in link with them. Users, care has to be taken of the developed product afterwards. So this is the simple like software development cycle phases. Some are in model, it could be implementation before and then testing. So more or less it will be like this. First of all, you have to gather information from the user, then you have to make a SRS document. When you have been gathered the information, then you have to design that how you are going to proceed further. Then actual coding will begin. Then you will test that whatever before handling it to the users, you will check the final operational version, and then you will give it to the users after testing, and then maintenance and operational part will be there. So this is the waterfall model. It is a very popular and common model. It is considered as linear sequential life cycle model. In this, I have told that it has been divided into various phases, and each phase has to be complete before next phase can be started. So unless you have completed the analysis part, means requirement gathering have been done, so and means feasibility analysis has been done, you can't move to the requirement specification phase. Once you have completed the requirement specification phase, then only you can move to the design part. So you have to complete the previous phase before moving to the next phase. There should be proper deadlines for following, for completing a particular phase. So once the next phase starts, you can't go back to the previous phase. मान लो कि आप डिजाइनिंग में पहुंच गए हो, या you went to the development part, you started coding. Now you can go to the requirement specification or feasibility analysis. तो आपको पूरा पक्का करके चलना है कि यू हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस पर्टिकुलर फेज एंड नाउ यू आर मूविंग अहेड. आप उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. वॉट एवर यूजर रिक्वायरमेंट यू हैव टेकन एंड इट हैज बीन फाइनलाइज्ड, अब आप उसी को प्रोसीड करना है. दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेन डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ वाटरफॉल मॉडल. आपने जो एक फेज कंप्लीट कर लिया है, वो डेडलाइन क्रॉस करके आप नेक्स्ट फेज में मूव कर गए हो, यू कैन नॉट मूव बैक टू द प्रीवियस फेज. So in this way, it is divided into sequential phases, and it emphasizes on planning, time, scheduling, budget, and implementation of entire system in one go. सारे phases के लिए कि okay, feasibility analysis has to be done with this much resources and this much time and this much budget. This has to be finalized in the beginning. Then the most advantage is that it allows a managerial control, because आपने सब कुछ पहले ही finalize कर लिया कि कब क्या क्या कैसे कैसे होना है. आपको हर phase के लिए resources, timing, budget and all thing you know in the beginning. But the problem is like there might be chances when the users want to make certain changes which are inevitable, like technology got changed or some issue that policies got changed. So in that case, you can't move back to the previous phase. So then we move to the second approach. First approach was waterfall model. Then is prototyping model. One main idea behind prototyping is development of fast prototypes and customer availability for feedback. You will make a prototype, means you will make a working model of the project, and then you will show to the customer, and customer will give feedback to the developers. So this type of prototyping tool will help developers to respond to feedback and additional part as application evolves into an acceptable product. So मान लीजिए you are in the requirement analysis phase and you went to the next phase. So at that time, the user is giving some more requirements so that you can so what you will do, you will immediately add up that requirements, and you will you will develop the next prototype. So the customer should be available at that time for the feedback. The customers and the developers are together, so that whatever problem, the developer will make a product, एक product बना के दिखाएगा according to the user's requirement. Then users को दिखाएगा, customer को दिखाया कि okay, आपने जो requirement बोली थी उसके according this should be the product. But customer कहेगा नहीं, this I don't want this type of product, मुझे तो थोड़ा सा change चाहिए था, this should not be like this, ऐसा होना चाहिए. So developers will immediately make the changes. This is the model for prototyping. अब यहाँ देखो सबसे पहले लिखा हुआ है requirement determination by the customer. Requirement दी है customer ने, then prototype designing हुई है. यहाँ से देखते हैं. रिक्वायरमेंट डिटर्मिनेशन बाय द कस्टमर, कस्टमर ने रिक्वायरमेंट दी है, देन प्रोटोटाइप डिजाइन, प्रोटोटाइप डिजाइन मीन्स उसने एक वर्किंग मॉडल बनाया है, देन इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया उसको, देन प्रोटोटाइप इवेल्युएटेड बाय द कस्टमर, कस्टमर ने वो जो वर्किंग मॉडल है दैट इज इवेल्युएटेड बाय द कस्टमर, अगर रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल हो गई देन इट विल मूव अहेड टू द टेस्टिंग पार्ट, और उसको कन्वर्ट करना है एंड देन उसको आगे फर्दर हैंड ओवर करना है। अगर रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल नहीं हुई है, इन दैट केस जो भी चेंजेस और करेक्शंस हुए हैं दैट हैज टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड अगेन, और ये वाली प्रोसेस जो है मींस प्रोटोटाइप डिजाइनिंग, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और इवैल्यूएशन, ये वाली प्रोसेस जो है दैट इज टू बी आइटरेटिव, मतलब दोबारा दोबारा होती रहेगी जब तक कि यूजर की रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल नहीं होती है। ठीक है, वंस दिस हैज बीन कंप्लीटेड हम मूव कर जाएंगे नीचे, दैट के सिस्टम टेस्ट करो, एक्सेप्टेंस टेस्टिंग होगी, देन कन्वर्ट इट इनटू द final product and then it to handing over to the consumer. Now advantage क्या है prototyping model का, the development process will be shorter because we know कि customer हमारे साथ है, जो भी problem होगी he will immediately tell us, saving of development resources, time का जो है that you can utilize and you can deliver the product in a shorter time, better fit to the customer requirement and reduced risk of project failure. The product will be better fit according to the customer requirement because customer will say to go ahead once only the product is according to his requirement. जैसे ही उसको लगेगा कि हाँ now I want this type of product, then only he will say कि okay go ahead and develop the final product. तो इसमें product के फेलियर के चांसेस आपके बहुत कम हो जाते हैं। easier and faster user comprehension of new system because user आपके साथ है, customer आपको immediately feedback दे रहा है, so it is easier to understand कि user क्या चाहता है। now डिसएडवांटेजेस है कि लेस फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी एंड अडेप्टेबिलिटी, हम चेंजेस वाले फेजेस को तो आइटरेटिव कर रहे हैं बट जो बाकी फेजेस हैं वो आइटरेटिव नहीं है। देयर माइट बी अ सिचुएशन व्हेन प्रॉब्लम्स जो है वो कोडिंग वाले पार्ट में आए, यूजर ने रिक्वायरमेंट दे दी, ही इज सेटिस्फाइड, ओके व्हाटएवर आई वांट दैट हैज बीन इनकॉर्पोरेटेड, बट देयर माइट बी अ चांस कि वो टेस्टिंग में प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो या डेवलपमेंट में क्रिएट हो। सो ऐसे केसेस में अनएक्सपेक्टेड एरर्स आ सकती हैं that cannot be incorporated, so थोड़ा सा ये less flexible और adaptive हो जाता है, but as compared to waterfall model it is more flexible and adaptable to changes and the additions. Now we will talk about the spiral model. Spiral model की बात करते हैं. So this is a heavyweight and this is plan driven, highly structured, and it is generally for the larger projects. So this type of model will be specially incorporated for those type of projects which involves higher risk, जिसमें risk के chances बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. So to minimize that risk, we use spiral model. It combines the iterative as well as the linear. हम waterfall model and prototyping model को combine करते हैं for emphasizing risk assessment and customer participation and participating and much more. So it is definitely an iterative process because एक step जो है वो बार बार हम उसको continue कर रहे हैं. तो हम ये spiral model देखते हैं. So if we see here, this is planning. So you see here, in every cycle we are going through all the phases. Like we are seeing planning, risk analysis and resolutions, engineering, evaluation by customer. So each spiral, see this is the one cycle, this is second cycle, third cycle. So this is going on and on. तो हम हर फेज में प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट समझ रहे हैं, देन we are checking for the risk analysis and resolution, then we are checking the engineering की क्या designing है, coding है, testing है, then customer evaluation, and whatever is the comment given by the customer has to be incorporated. So सारे phases क्या है वो iterative है, ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार हमने एक phase complete कर लिया then we move to next. So हम हर cycle के अंदर हम दोबारा वही phases को continue कर रहे हैं जब तक कि हमारा जो project है that is error free और risk free. Now this is the advanced spiral model and the, or we can say the win-win model. This is slightly modified version of this spiral model. Here more changes or more steps has been included, like customer comments and change, planning, risk analysis, designing, constructions, and customer evaluation. There are more phases have been included, and that has to be done in a spiral model and that is iterative manner. is provide customer with improved chances for changes. यहाँ पर आपके पास और ऑप्शंस हैं कि आप कस्टमर पहले डिफाइन करें कस्टमर रिक्वायरमेंट, और जब उसको प्रोडक्ट एक बार का फर्स्ट साइकिल में अगर उसको डिलीवर हुआ है तो उसको व्हाट एवर चेंजेस ही वांट्स, देन अगेन उसकी प्लानिंग होगी, देन उसकी रिस्क एनालिसिस, देन डिजाइनिंग, कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड देन इवेल्युएशन. So this phase will go, these phases will go again and again, and it developer better chances to stay within budget and time. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास ये होता है कि हमारा बजट एंड टाइम जो है that will be better utilized. Here more emphasis will be given on customer participation or engineering activities. Customer जो बोलेगा वो changes कर दिए जाएंगे. Here extra section in spiral dedicated to customer action and developing engineering. यहाँ पे हमारे पास 2 सेक्शन एक्स्ट्रा हो रखे हैं. एक जैसे प्रीवियस में we didn't talk about the construction, और यहाँ पे हम क्या कहते हैं कस्टमर इवेल्युएशन. दो फेजेस हमारे एक्स्ट्रा हैं. So this is the advanced model, and this is a win-win model. So to sum up the spiral model, they are the combination of linear and iterative methods of system development. They focus on a risk assessment and minimizing the project risk by breaking a project into smaller segments and providing more ease of change during the development process, so that the customers can evaluate risk and weigh the project continuation throughout the cycle. हर एक ट्रिप में क्या होता है, each travel of the spiral travels 4 basic quadrants. हमारी जो 4 basic चीजें हैं कि हम हर बार every time we are checking for the objective, alternative and constraints. हमने हर phase में first we will check for the objectives and what could be the alternatives, what are the constraints. Second, we will check for the alternatives and identify the risk involved in that particular alternative. Third, we will develop and verify for each develop and verify deliverables. जो भी हमने product बनाया है उसको verify करेंगे. And then fourth stage is we are planning for the next iteration. So this process will go in spiral and iterative manner to develop the product. So this is all for today's lecture. Thank you.